Hey guys, Jonathan here, and in today's video, I'm going to show you how to build the Dark Avengers as purest custom LEGO minifigures. Now, I actually just did Iron Patriot the other day, and of course, this is when Norman Osborn takes over S.H.I.E.L.D. and puts together his own Dark Avengers, which of course are inversions of different characters. Like, for example, Bullseye becomes Hawkeye, and then Mac Gargan, formerly the Scorpion, becomes the new Spider-Man. So there's all kinds of crazy inversions of the characters that are on this team, and in today's video, I'll be showing you how to build all these characters with 100% official LEGO parts and pieces, but also giving you the backstory about who became which hero and why in the context of the Dark Avengers. So it's going to be a history lesson, a LEGO lesson, and just a general good time all around. So be sure to hit like and subscribe down below, and let's get into building the Dark Avengers. Alright, so up first we have Captain Marvel, and of course this isn't the Captain Marvel we know and love from the comics. This is actually Novar, who is more commonly known as Marvel Boy, but Norman Osborn rebranded him as Captain Marvel ever so briefly in the Dark Avengers run. That being said, the legs come from the balloon guy from the LEGO CMF series, like this clown dude from years ago. Then the torso is the original She-Hulk torso, but flipped around, and it works perfectly because you get that purple print on the torso that comes down to the purple trim of the pants. That rarely happens where it lines up so great, but it does here. I used tan arms with black hands, the head from Robert Pattinson's Bruce Wayne, and some pushback white hair to finish the look. This is probably the figure least people know about or would be excited about in this video, but he is a member of the inaugural team, so we'll go ahead and count him. Up next, we have Sentry, aka Bob Reynolds, and of course, he is just himself. He's not like a replacement of another superhero, but Norman Osborn kind of manipulates him into being on the team, and you know, Osborn's trying to put together the best team he can, and having somebody as powerful as Sentry definitely helps with that. That being said, the torso is the main part here, and I pulled that from Luke Cage Power Man from the Ultimate Spider-Man sets many years ago. Of course, we've got the matching arms on there with tan hands, black hips, regular yellowish legs that match the same color as the torso. Then he's got a dark blue cape with the head from like Clone Troopers and characters like that years ago, and some long blonde hair that I took from Thor. Alright, up next we have Moonstone, who gets rebranded as Miss Marvel, but of course she's the Dark Avengers version. Now, I'm certainly not the first person to make this suit for Ms. Marvel here, so of course there are lots of other people that have done similar builds in the past, but the legs come from Robin from the LEGO Batman movie with black hips, the torso from Endgame Captain Marvel with the dual-molded red and black arms from The Incredibles, with the head from Catwoman from the Daily Bugle, and some blonde hair, this version coming from Captain Marvel, of course, from the Marvel set, but it has come in other places, but for us superhero fans, that's the most common place. Most of us probably have it. Okay, up next we have the Iron Patriot, which of course is Norman Osborn. Underneath, the head I used is actually from Kite Man from the LEGO Batman movie. Think it works perfect for Osborn, but to build him in his suited up version, you guys might remember this from a recent video on the channel, I of course used the legs and torso from the new Iron Patriot in the 2025 Iron Man Hall of Armor set. That's definitely essential, no way around it. You're going to need that figure, especially with the light blue that really makes the colors on this pop. We've also got the dual molded arms underneath with blue on top and red on bottom from the Arctic Wildlife Photographer CMF figure. The shoulder pads here come from the Praetorian Guard, hopefully I got that pronunciation right this time, and the helmet comes from Rescue from LEGO Marvel from Pepper Potts' alternate suit from 2020. Alright, up next we have Aries, who is supposed to be the stand-in for Thor from Osborn's point of view, and of course with him being the actual Greek god of war, he is definitely on Osborn's side when it comes to finding the best battles and wars out there at this point in the Marvel storyline. The helmet is definitely the rarest part and comes from the Gladiator Batman from the Bricktober pack from the LEGO Batman movie. The head underneath is just a standard Star Wars trooper head, while the torso actually comes from Crossbones from 2016 Captain America Civil War with tan arms, black hands, and the dual molded legs with lots of print detail from Lucy from the LEGO Movie 2. Alright, up next we have Daken, who is actually the son of Wolverine. He actually hates Logan. That's kind of his backstory, and he has nowhere near the moral code that Logan has. I mean, he's pretty ruthless on his own, but this version of Wolverine is very manipulative and Not a great guy, that being said. But of course, I just used the brown Wolverine from 2014 from years ago. I mean, it's literally exactly what he looks like. The only other change is I swapped out the claw with one that I used back during the Deadpool and Wolverine showcase, where I shaved off one claw so that there's only two. And of course, those dual molded legs come from Catman from the Lego Batman movie CMF. Okay, up next we have Hawkeye, who is actually Bullseye, just rebranded to be Hawkeye. Now, this one is crazy because LEGO hasn't given us a comic-accurate Hawkeye to date. That would be a great figure to get, but sadly, not something that LEGO's offered us. So we have to make our own. And the torso, including those nice printed arms and those dual molded printed legs, actually come from the Bard character from the LEGO CMF series. That works out great. Of course, putting purple gloves on there with a bow and arrow and a quiver on the back is the perfect addition. Then if we lift it up, I just used a Lex Luthor head underneath because I wanted him to look a little bit more mean than traditional Hawkeye since he is Bullseye. And of course, the helmet piece comes from Batgirl from the LEGO Batman movie because, well, it works out so great. It is our best option for a comic-accurate Hawkeye, but of course, until LEGO gives us a real comic-accurate Hawkeye, well, we got to go with this as our best option. Okay, and last but not least, we have Mac Gargan as Dark Spider-Man, but also basically Venom, because Norman Osborn bonds him with the Venom symbiote to give him Spider-Man's powers, but of course he still has the agility that he had when he was Scorpion and all of that too. But, you know, being bonded with the symbiote makes him a lot more of a dangerous, unregulated version of Spider-Man, with air quotations, but Norman Osborn actually uses drugs to control the symbiote on Mac Gargan to make him a little bit more of an in-control player, but overall, yeah, it's definitely a unique take on Spider-Man. It's pretty easy to make, too. The head comes from Magneto from Mighty Micros many years ago, so just the fact that it's so old is really the most difficult part, but it's not a very expensive figure either, last I checked, although it's been a while. Then the torso could just be from any Venom figure ever. I used the classic first appearance Venom from 2013 just because I think it looks the most like comic books, but we've gotten a couple of different Venom torso variations over the years, so you can use whatever you have. That being said, let's round out the video and call it a day. Alright guys, that was the LEGO Dark Avengers. Unfortunately, I really doubt LEGO will actually make any of these as real figures, but that's what we do here on the channel, is make them ourselves. Kind of like Thanos. Fine, I'll do it myself. Anyways, let me know what you guys thought in the comments down below. Be sure to hit like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next video.